Welcome to the exciting and new podcast. This is a mini. I'm Jason.
I'm Andy.
And I'm Brian.
We got a whole bunch of people down here, though, so let's introduce some other people.
I'm Brady.
And down there,
I'm Jimmy.
Say
Someone else
something.
that she doesn't want to speak.
I
all
don't
right.
blame her.
It's been a while since we sat down here, so I'm still getting used to this chair. This is weird. Is this my? Is this
I'm
the chair
working on
that
new
I've had?
chairs. Don't worry.
I got my butt pillow fluffed up a little.
The exciting new
My
studios
absence.
are in the
O-ring?
process of getting constructed, and we'll have new chairs.
Awesome.
Thanks to some people that left at work. Don't need them anymore.
Oh,
I'll be wheeling them down one day. People are like, what are you doing with those chairs? Don't
Nothing.
Worry about it. Don't worry about it. They're garbage. I'm just throwing them out. What are we doing, Minnie?
Yeah, we're going to talk about things that we've done, seen, or whatnot in the past. I guess 7 or 8 weeks it's been since we've recorded. It feels like.
I'm sure I saw stuff that I really want to talk about. I just don't remember. Oh, I saw Glass Onion, the Knives Out sequel on Netflix. You guys see that? Everybody saw? Oh, everybody
I
shaking
watched
their
it,
head.
and that was awesome.
It was amazing. It was as good as the first one.
I haven't seen the first one, but I saw Glass Onion.
really? You
And it
didn't
made
see
me
the first
really want to watch.
Oh,
the
yeah.
first
Oh,
one,
it's really good. Yeah, check
This
it
one
out.
actually has much more Daniel Craig in it than the first one did, because the first one he doesn't. I don't remember it all, but he doesn't get introduced till like halfway through or something like that.
I like the
So
cast of the first one better, so I feel like I would like that one a
The
lot.
cast of the first one's better. More stars.
Lakeith
More stars.
Stanfield's
This
in it.
was
I
a
really
fun
like him.
cast though for Glass Onion.
Oh
I
yeah,
thought,
yeah. It was really good. You can't talk about it because it's a mystery, so there's no.
Yeah, I don't want to give
spoiling.
away anything. Did you see it, Brian?
no, I haven't
So
seen
you're
it
the
either.
only one here that hasn't seen it? Oh, I thought you did. I thought you were saying yes.
You watched it though, right?
Okay. Do you understand it? Do you get all that American humor, or is it not? Yeah. Okay. All right.
Did you like it? Was it fun, funny?
Yeah,
Did you,
good.
or was Bullet Train better?
Bullet Train. Did you see that yet? Brad Pitt. That's on Netflix.
Oh, that's on Netflix. You might want
That's
to
a
check
good
that
one,
one
too.
out too. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to talk about everything right
I
now.
guess I gotta say something. I forgot what I.
Brady, you got anything?
I mean, he was talking about Bullet Train. Bullet Train's all. That's on Netflix now.
It is.
So has everybody seen that?
I saw that in the theater.
I saw it
I
in
watched
theater.
it in
I
the theater
loved
as
it
well.
in the theater.
Theater was
I
so
haven't
good in
seen
the
it.
theater.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
fun.
That's the last movie I saw in the theater. Actually, I haven't seen Black Panther. I will not see Avatar.
Oh yeah, you got to watch Avatar.
No,
Gotta
I
go.
don't. I didn't like the first one.
What did you think of
It's
that?
way better than the first one.
I heard it's
find
better.
that
I did hear it's better than the
inconceivable.
first one.
It's 3.5 hours long.
That I find
When I was
very-
watching
yeah.
Avatar, however long that was, the first one, halfway through, I was like, when are they going to wrap this up? And then it didn't wrap up for another hour. I was like, oh. So when I heard this was 3.5 hours, I was like, there's not even a chance. Even if it's on TBS for free, I'm not watching it.
It'll be on TBS for free.
I'm sure it will be, and I will not watch it. I've never watched Avatar
It
again
is
since the
long.
first time I saw it in the theater. I saw it once
is
in the
long.
theater, the first one. I've never seen it again. I never will see it again.
I
don't
can say
care.
I only watched the first one once
Yeah,
as well. in
I
the
don't
theater.
care.
It was so hard to see in the theater too. Remember, like getting tickets was hard
Oh,
for
I
that first
didn't
one.
see it in the
For
theater.
the first one,
And the
at least.
3D, just the 3 hours of 3D, man. You come out of there like this. You're like, your eyes are crossed. You're like trying to smack your head to get your eyes uncrossed and stuff.
I watched it right before I went to see Avatar 2 because I hadn't seen it in so long that I basically had never seen it before.
Now, did you
'cause I
see that in the
forgot.
theater too? Because they re-released it, or
No, but
okay.
I was rewatching it right before we left and I fell asleep. Like I'm not a big fan of the first one.
now
but
you
the
saw it
second one I
with
thought was
your
awesome.
sister and brother-in-law,
Yeah.
and did they like it as well?
Yeah.
I kind of know Connor.
yeah, I think
had it.
Connor gave it like a 79 or something like that. I
Yeah.
think on the we have a little.
Jason has a board at work with all the scores of everybody, everything.
V
they want.
has the one with all the scores.
Oh, what do you-
Mine
you
just
just
has
what
what I
you have,
watched
yeah.
and
Right.
concerts I went to.
You
that-
should take
yeah.
pictures of it and post them.
It's not a bad idea. Yeah, I should do that. Thanks for the idea.
You're welcome. And
Finally contributing.
I want to cast doubt on Brady's ability to judge a movie because
Oh no.
he loves this movie called The Menu.
It's like calling his son out. on it.
Everybody
menu's
at
great.
work that has
Wait.
watched this movie has
Wait for the
hated it.
menu. Wait
was
for the menu. The
awesome.
menu is going to be on HBO Max on January 3rd. I'm going to watch it then.
Okay.
I'm
Is
hearing.
that the cannibal one with Rafe Fiennes with Volta?
I won't say anything
Let's
about
leave
it.
it at that.
But he
Well-
is in it. Yeah.
Well, they're talking about the menu and the couple's like, we're gonna die tonight, right? And they're like, oh yeah, it's that movie, right?
It was an awesome.
It looked
movie.
good by the preview, but
I love Ralph
you
Fiennes,
saw
too.
No. But everyone at work that has watched it is just like, why does your son like this movie?
Interesting.
You guys got to watch it.
I'm going to watch it January 3rd. So that's
a
Fight
bunch
the
of old
Loves
people.
cannibalistic movie.
Yeah, all older people. Well, Moises
Wait, you
is
saw
younger.
You saw that the menu? Oh, you didn't see it. Okay.
I'm a big Ralph
She's
Fiennes
gonna
fan.
watch
yeah, I
it
like
so
him,
like
yeah.
Cannibal
he's-
Cannibal the
James
musical is one of
Bond
my
now.
favorites
Oh.
by Trey Parker and Matt Stone did.
Was that one of their first things?
It's one of their first things. It's on Troma. Cannibal
It's
the
before
musical.
South Park, right?
Yeah, it's before South Park. Really good.
One of my all-time favorite stories about people that don't like the same movies was my dad and I went to a hockey game with his friend and my friend, our friend Dan. And when we were leaving, my dad, his buddy were talking in the front seat. And he's like, oh my God, I had to take my son to this movie yesterday. He's like, it was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. And we were kind of like in the backseat going like, what was this? And he goes, it's with the white guy from In Living Color. And we're both like, Ace Ventura? And he's like, yeah. He's like, it was terrible.
Oh,
it was
wow.
the worst thing I've ever sat through. Don't see that movie. And Dan and I looked at each other. We're like, we have got to go see this movie immediately. And we went and saw it the next day. And of course, we were like, that was the best movie ever.
I wanted to give a shout out to. We were talking about cannibal movies, but the movie. The movie.
How's the list? How long is that list of cannibal movies?
Well, the movie Cannibal Holocaust is a great horror movie. The director just passed. Ruggero Deodato passed away, the director for that movie. But that's a great movie if you haven't seen it. I
A
recommend
cannibal
it.
movie just came out this year. Also, the Timothy Chalamet one, Bones and All.
Yeah, I watched the trailer for
And
that.
that just came
The
out,
trailer
yeah.
looks good. I watched the trailer.
Yeah,
for
I want
that.
to
have
see
not
that.
watched.
I haven't seen
the
that
movie
either.
though.
This segues good into one of my shows.
Go ahead.
Timothy Chalamet's sister,
Oh.
Pauline Chalamet.
I had no idea.
Is that real? Is that really his
Is
sister?
it
Or is
older
that
or
just
younger?
Same last name?
It's his
Oh,
his
it's
real
his real
sister.
sister?
She's in
Younger?
an HBO show called.
Is she younger?
No, she's 30.
Okay.
So she's how old is Timothy Chalamet? He's got to be under 30.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
definitely.
under-
Oh,
So
he's
it's
like
older
25,
sister.
yeah.
But it's called The Sex Lives of College Girls.
Oh, is that on HBO?
It's on HBO. Very
I
funny.
saw that zoom by when I
Very
was.
funny.
I thought she was Emily in Paris.
That's a series,
No,
right?
that's Lily Collins.
Is that a series, right? It's
Yeah,
not-
second season.
It was definitely one of those shows that I saw it going by. I was like, I will never watch that, but
It's actually very funny.
yeah, I'm sure it is. So is Sex in the City, I'm sure, and I never watched.
I
any of
never
that.
watched
Is
that.
it Sex
City.
in the City or Sex and the City? I always get it wrong.
I think it's Sex and maybe it's Sex and the City.
Whatever way it is, I don't know. I
That's
never
what-
watched a
I
minute.
was
of
wondering
that.
if you knew. I don't know. Does anybody know off the top of their heads?
I guess we could look it up.
No, I don't want to
Who
look it up.
cares?
I just wanted. I was just curious of how many people actually knew.
It's funny because I don't know what I said. Did I say sex in or sex in?
I don't remember what you
I
said
think it's
either.
in.
but
I think it's in, right?
Yeah, it sounds like it should be.
Sex in the City. I say I'm gonna go. Let's everybody vote. I'm gonna go Sex and the City.
I'm gonna second you on that.
In. Yeah, he
No,
already
I'm
looked it up. He
going-
knows
I'm
whatever
going-
Brian said.
No, I haven't.
In, right?
I'm going. Yeah,
Sex
I'm going in.
And
in.
It's gonna take
And?
a while. Brian's looking it up.
Yeah,
so.
watch
we gotta
this
watch.
master. Watch this master work his phone. It sounds like this, people at home.
I'm not even joking right now. We're still waiting for him to look.
And it's still faster than when he asks Alexa
Look
for
at
something.
look how fast you did
And
that.
thank you.
That's because I tried typing in "Sex in the City" first.
All
But
you had
it's
to do was
and,
go to
right?
IMDb.
And all he got was S-E. What's the? That's
If you go to IMDb, all you had to do was type in sex. That would have been probably the first thing that pops up.
probably would have been.
That's true.
No matter what method he uses, it will take forever.
He uses Bing or something when he searches too.
I think he's asking Jeeves.
I was on IMDb,
Oh, okay.
but I was typing in every letter and waiting for the movies to pop up.
Yeah, and he had slow
If you went to
internet. I get
Google
it.
and searched IMDb, why wouldn't you just search it in the Google search bar? Why would you go to IMDb first?
He would go to Bing first.
I went to the IMDb app.
You go to IMDb and then the search. Yeah, I go on the app. The app's great.
Yeah.
I use the app all the time.
type.
It's true.
Let's get some stuff down there. What have you guys watched
You watch
recently?
anything?
what have I watched?
Bones and all?
No, I haven't
Oh, you
watched
haven't
it
watched
yet.
Ah, I thought you did. I want to see that.
Have you?
No, I haven't seen it. I want to though.
I watched
But that's the other cannibal thing you were talking about?
Yeah.
The Peripheral. Have you seen that? It's about a new game, a virtual reality game.
Is that Chloe Moretz?
Oh, it's a series on
You
Amazon,
asked
right,
that.
or something
Yeah,
like that.
it's
I
a
think.
series on
Yeah.
Amazon. It's pretty interesting. It's about basically the future and the past mixing together. But,
Oh, Future and
I've only
Past. That just
seen,
reminded
like,
me of what I watched over the last couple
two
weeks.
of the series so
Oh.
far. So still very early on, but it's interesting.
Same. I guess you guys watch the same thing.
No, I just know what he's talking
Okay.
about. He's got to talk about it.
So Periphery.
Periphery.
The
Okay.
Peripheral.
The
The
Peripheral.
peripheral. Okay.
Zoe Kravitz. What's her name?
Zoe Krav-
No,
Chloe
what's her
Grace
name?
Moretz.
Chloe Grace Moretz.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked her when she was like in
Kick-Ass,
Diary of a
right?
Wimpy Kid. Oh yeah, and Kick-Ass. That's right, she was in that. And then I've never seen her again. I saw her when she was like 12 and
She's in a lot
lost
of
track
stuff.
of her. I know that she's
They're
Like,
Brian shows.
I was gonna say now
Andy
she's like
shows.
25, so now she's doing things.
She's out of
where-
Brian's age.
Oh, she's well out of Brian's age by like double.
Chalamet's sister is 30.
But she was playing 18.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
she's playing a
she was
mom,
playing a
and so it's
freshman.
okay. Yeah. She's like Marion Ross.
I watched the first season of Dark
Is that what
on
you were talking about?
Netflix. I know the Alpin household is like big in this show, and
I haven't
remember
seen it.
They
I've
kept
never
talking
watched
about
it.
it, but Connor and I had a lot of discussions at work about it. I haven't watched the second or third season. I will watch it because the first season was awesome. I mean, it was so out there, and but it's German, so you got to watch a lot of subtitles. And I was telling Connor, I watched the first 2 episodes when Michelle and I were taking the train up to New York. And it was really good because I was watching it on my phone and the subtitles are right there and it was all right in front of me. And then I wanted to watch the next episode here on that TV and it's 120 inches and I'm watching up here and all the words are way down there. And I kept like going like that. I'm like, can they put the words up there or put them in the middle so I can see what's going on here? So I watched 1 episode down here and I was like, I'll watch the rest upstairs because
That's an iPad show,
a
yeah.
big screen with subtitles is tough to watch. I noticed that when I watched Narcos down here, same thing, like too much, but yeah. Dark is awesome. Can't wait to watch the rest. And I finished 1899 as well.
I have to finish.
Yeah,
1899.
great stuff.
Something I watched a little while back. It just came out on Netflix. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
Oh yeah.
I watched that. It's dark, fun, a little too long, but I enjoyed it. I had
I've heard
fun
that
with
was
it.
really good.
I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah.
That's not the Disney Tom Hanks one. That's the
Nope.
How many different Pinocchios are
Guillermo del Toro's version. So yeah, it's
there's
good.
two Pinocchios.
No,
out
wait.
Right now.
So the Tom Hanks one was just a remake of like the cartoon, right?
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
Jiminy Cricket and all that stuff. Now the Guillermo del
There's a
Toro one-
cricket.
Oh, there is a cricket in that
Yeah.
too? Oh, so it's the same
he's not
story. but-
Jiminy though, right?
Yeah, it's similar to that. I'll leave it
Oh, okay.
I'll leave it out.
Why is it not? Is it not the same
It's
story?
like
or
Jim
is it-
Cricket. You know what I mean? It's not exactly Jiminy Cricket. It's something I can't
But
remember
is it the
exactly
same
what it
story?
was. It's the same story, yeah.
Like he goes in the whale's stomach,
But he
and
just
all
tells
that
it in a
now?
little darker way, yeah. Mhm.
So what? Why did they both make Pinocchio?
I have no idea. You're asking too many questions. I don't ask this many questions when you mentioned 1899.
1899 is good.
Have you guys both watched Succession?
Yeah.
I'm almost caught up on season 3.
Oh man, Succession.
You like
I
it?
awesome.
love that
It's
show.
so good. We've
It
been
is
trying to get your
so
dad to
good.
watch it forever.
They're always telling me to watch it.
It's so
You
good.
have to. It is so good.
It's really good.
Kendall Roy
Yeah.
is one of the best characters of the last 30
yeah.
years. I love him. I mean, Roman's great too, but he's like the comic relief.
Of course. Yeah, yeah.
Kendall
I mean,
is so good.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh,
I like
so good.
Cameron too.
Yeah, he's
What's his name? I can't remember what his name
the
is.
old. Is he junior? Is he Logan Roy Jr.? The oldest son.
Oh, Connor.
Is it
Roy?
Connor?
Connor, right? Yeah.
I like Tom. I'm a
Oh,
big fan
Tom
of
and-
That's my
and
favorite
Greg?
character. Yeah.
Greg
Yeah,
is
Tom
Greg-
is my favorite character.
is
Tom
Greg
and Greg
probably.
together.
Tom and Greg.
Yeah.
They should have their own show together.
But, like-
but it'll be a totally different kind of show because that would be a comedy.
I loved Tom already, but Tom in season 3. Oh, I love what he's going through.
Tom is so great the way he just like he beats the hell out of Greg, and he's like, "I'm just fucking with you, man."
And he's also like he's the low man on the totem pole, and he's just
Yeah.
beating on the guy one rung lower than him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Succession's
just like
great.
he's got that person that he can beat up now, so he's finally happy. He's like, "I'm all over Greg," and he just for no reason too. Just
It's like
I'm this, you're not.
it's like the perfect mesh of like hilarious and drama, like
Yeah.
full blown drama.
and a lot of cringe too because of some of the
Oh.
things that they
And
do.
A lot of time because of Tom. Tom
Yeah.
says the most insane things,
And
I'm just like,
almost
I can't
every
watch it.
conversation ends with a "fuck off."
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Logan Roy is great too. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to watch it.
Yeah, you would
Yeah, I
enjoy
think
it.
you would really like it.
I've watched parts of it.
Yeah, it's a fun for the whole family. Everybody should watch it.
It is a family show.
It is a family show.
It's about a family.
It's true.
It's good. There's other things I've watched. I can't really remember
Some stuff here.
everything else.
Well,
though.
I just said Pinocchio. Go ahead, you give us something else.
Do Kenobi. You were just talking about how.
All right,
you wanted to talk about that, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna go. I started watching Andor with Michelle probably before
I
Thanksgiving.
thought it was end or. I'm sorry. I've been reading that wrong this whole time.
Andor was never on Andor, but I watched like the first 3 or 4 episodes with Michelle because it was doing week to week,
I only watched the
And-
first few episodes, then I stopped.
and I just stopped. But I didn't
I never
dislike
went
it.
back.
I really liked it, and I did the same thing. I haven't gone back.
But
I hear it's really good,
Michelle,
though.
Michelle didn't like it. I could tell. Like it's one of those things where like Michelle will be on her phone and they'll be like, "You want to go to another episode?" And she's like, "What? What?" I'm like, "Oh, you're not even paying attention."
like, "Oh, it ended?"
All right. So I wanted to watch it by myself. So one day I came down here. I was like, "I'm going to watch Andor like I'm going to watch like 4 episodes just by myself." And I went onto my Disney app and it said, continue watching. And Kenobi was the first thing up there. I'm like, damn. I'm like, should I just finish Kenobi just to get it over with?
How far were you in?
I was
remember
3 episodes in. So it was the episode. I don't know if I'm going to spoil it here for everybody that cares about Kenobi.
No, I think Kenobi's been out long enough that we could spoil it.
Do you care?
Spoiler alert.
All right. So
if you don't want to be spoiled about Kenobi, turn it off now.
So the 3rd episode was the one where Darth Vader and Obi-Wan fought in the desert there, and he dragged him across the fire.
Whoa, why would you say that? Just kidding.
And I was like, this is the worst show ever. The first 2 episodes were really good. I liked them. And then I watched that 3rd episode. I was like, this is garbage. I'm like, I hate this. So that's where I ended. But I was like, man, if I started up again, I should just start at the beginning. So I started at the beginning. I watched all 6 episodes in one sitting. And the 4th episode might be the worst episode of television I've ever watched in my life. I mean,
refresher real quick of what
that
was
is where,
episode 4?
because Princess Leia has now gotten kidnapped for like the 3rd time, and it was just like every episode, like, where are we going to find her? Where are we going to find her? Where are we going to find her? And then this is the one where they found her on the planet that the base was built underwater, and they cracked the water to get her out of it.
Princess Leia, great actress. That little girl's a great actress,
but not really.
Not for the role she was playing. She's great as a 4-year-old. She could play a 4-year-old perfect because she waddled as she ran. There's no way she was going to outrun these grown men.
But she did outrun the grown men.
She zigzagged.
Ridiculous.
She got away from them.
No 10-year-olds outrunning grown men, and they made her outrun grown men. She outran Flea and those
tree branches, they couldn't get past them. They had to stop.
So at the end of
I can't get around this.
At the end of the 4th episode, they snuck her out of the base by doing like the lamest Laurel and Hardy Three Stooges sticker under the jacket and walk out.
Time out.
So Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Time out. Three Stooges. Okay,
yeah,
that's good.
They're cultured over there.
They're cultured over there. That's good to know.
You can ask a bunch of Americans that wouldn't know Three Stooges, but
I guarantee you, we ask V or anybody at work tomorrow.
Connor probably doesn't know Three Stooges.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Connor probably.
I think Connor might know them.
But Obi-Wan Kenobi snuck Princess Leia out under his trench coat, so he's got a big thing.
I'm going to bring in another one. The Little Rascals did that really well.
It's probably better Little Rascals than Three Stooges, but I was yelling at the TV. I was like, so every stormtrooper in the world is just kind of like, huh? What? No, I don't see that person walking out with a big bulge underneath their. I was like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. I hated the 3rd episode. The 4th episode topped it. I was so angry that I was sitting there and watching it. And then I went on and I watched the 5th and the 6th episode. And I got to tell you, I really like those episodes. Like, all said and done, I'm glad I finished it. But I was episode 3 and 4.
I wasn't expecting this as
episode 3 and 4. I mean, I was infuriated how angry I was.
So he went from 1 and 2 loving it.
Yep.
3 and 4 hating
despising it.
Absolutely.
And it's funny, I had seen 3, already hated it, watched it again, hated it even more, and then watched 4 and hated that. I'm like, I got 2 more left. It's like 45. No, the last one was like 50 minutes. So it was maybe like an hour and a half of TV. I'm like, an hour and a half. I'll just bang it out. But the fight that Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader have at the end, where Darth's helmet splits open and his voice box gets all messed up, so he's talking like Hayden Christensen and James Earl Jones at the same time, and it kind of explains a lot of this stuff about like why Obi-Wan called him Darth in episode 4 and how he could get away with saying, when I left you, I was but a learner, now I'm a master.
I understand how they did that.
Yeah,
but
now
still,
it kind of like
stupid. It's still stupid.
But I liked that. I liked that fight, and I like kind of like at the end when he went to visit Luke, and he brought him the T-16, and he was just like, "Hello there." I was like, "Oh, nice."
Like, hello there.
The show as a whole, though, could have been so much shorter.
You know what they should have done? They should have made it a 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
A 2-hour movie would have been great. A 6-hour, however many, or 6 episode, maybe like 5-hour TV show.
What do you think of
good.
the Inquisitor? What's her name? What's her name?
The main girl that was the Inquisitor. I thought she was actually really good, except I didn't quite understand when Darth Vader stabbed her through the chest, so it popped out the back with a lightsaber. How in the next episode she was just kind of like, like, I'm doing some therapy and it's getting better, but I was like, man, that has killed people. And she was just like, that hurts
a little strange.
bit.
Yeah,
but she's got the Force. She could move her organs.
Maybe.
Plus, it cauterizes as it goes.
It does that, yeah. So there's no external bleeding, but the internal bleeding, I would imagine, would be quite severe.
Yeah,
and tissue and muscle damage. So overall, I'd give it like a 6. But man, it could have been like a 2.
That's cool though. I'm glad that you went back and
I'm glad I finally finished
it's a happy ending there. It's nice though.
Yeah, it ended on a positive note, I guess. Was that a snowstorm or what?
That was clapping.
Oh, that was cheering.
Was that a swarm of bees?
Yeah, I thought that was hail.
I watched Troll on Netflix. That was pretty good. I like that.
Is that a new one or the?
It's a new one, not Troll Hunter. Troll Hunter was an old one from Norway, about 2017, I think that one was. But this was a new one. It's also foreign, but it was really good.
Are trolls and cannibals the new zombies and vampires?
I don't know,
from,
but
like,
trolls
5
are
years
also
ago?
this troll was just giant, man, and it was like laying there, and all of a sudden it stood up, and it was just yeah. I'll watch it. I recommend it. Troll
watch that.
on Netflix.
I'm going to do my next show.
Go ahead.
Emily in Paris is.
All right, so we're gonna keep moving.
Was it Emily Blunt?
No, wait. Go ahead. This is for Dana. This is for Dana. Ryan, this is for you and Dana. Go ahead. Talk to
Phil
Dana.
Collins' daughter, Lily Collins, is Emily.
It's a Netflix show.
And she's in Paris.
Pardon me while I Google Lily Collins. I don't know who this person is. Does she look like Phil? Because
No, she doesn't.
She just has the same hairline.
that's the
She
worst-
plays the
that's
drums
worst
in every
part.
episode.
She was into the bone.
And what?
To the bone.
To the bone. I don't know that.
Wait, I heard that. To the bone. What was that?
It's about anorexic kids.
Oh, that sounds like fun. She's not unattractive.
No, she's very cute.
Yeah, she's cute. I mean, she's 33. She's not a youngin'. I thought she was like a kid.
How old she play on the show?
Well, she's a marketing executive, so but with
So
she's
like
a
she's
social
supposed to be like
media
mid to late
expert.
20s.
Yeah, I would say late 20s. She's probably playing.
She's going to come hunt you guys down when she hears this podcast.
Why? Because I said she's cute and not hot? I don't know. Call him like I see him.
Yeah, if that were the case,
She might be offended by the
Julie
hairline.
from the Love Boat would have killed us all by now.
Yeah, we said a lot of nasty
she's
things.
too busy
about
doing
Julie.
coke.
Not anymore. She's clean. She's clean.
I saw what she looked like. She's not running after anybody now.
I saw.
Nor am I, but
I'm going to bring up a Christmas movie I watched recently, but there's a little story to it. I saw National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, but I saw it in Atlantic City, and after the movie, Chevy Chase came out for a Q&A.
Really?
Yes.
When was this?
A couple of Saturdays
it was
ago.
before
right?
Christmas, right? It was the week
Damn.
before Christmas.
Yeah, it was the week before Christmas, I think. Yeah. It was really fun.
What casino?
I had front row seats for this at the Tropicana.
Holy cow!
It was at Tropicana.
Yeah, I have a video. I'll show you after.
Yeah,
and
isn't
everything.
that where your mom gets all her comps? How did she not
I
know about that,
We go
right?
there all the time. We should have been there.
Yeah, I was there front row. I'm just saying.
Damn.
Your parents were probably away at the time. That's
Did
why
Chevy
she-
Chase spit on you?
Chevy Chase did not spit on me, but he was really funny. I love Chevy. Asshole Chevy Chase is great to me too. I mean, but he was always nice to me.
He was great on Community.
Yeah,
But apparently he wasn't.
I was gonna say yeah.
Yeah. Well, him and
On
Dan
the show,
Harmon
yeah.
didn't get along. So
so that's like concerts and stuff. But so recently I went to see a band called Ween.
oh, that's right.
Yeah, I saw Ween 2 nights of Ween. That was really cool. Andy, did you go to that Ween show?
Do you remember?
I was there. I was at one of the shows.
So I went. It was. You want me to tell it or no?
Yeah, tell
Okay.
it. You can probably tell it better than I can.
Okay. So it was Ween, one of my favorite bands of all time. Ween.
I would
And-
say they are your favorite band.
Yeah. We next to Steely Dan, they're probably my favorite band. So I got tickets and I always talk about them, and Andy's never seen them. And so I said they're coming 2 nights. He said I'll go one night, and I bought tickets for 2 nights. So I had 2-night tickets. Sorry. So we go. I like to dabble in edibles and stuff like that.
You
And,
do?
Yeah. Andy dabbles every now and then as well. So I gave him a 50.
Andy doesn't dabble.
On the weekends, you do sometimes for the podcast.
Once
or
in a
whatever,
while,
yeah.
I will take a little tiny piece of one, yes.
And it's legal. I mean, come on.
Oh, I'm not saying it because I find it illegal,
Yeah, I
but
know.
the story
I
you're
know.
about to
I was just trying to be
the
funny.
story you're about to tell will explain why I probably shouldn't do them.
All right, so we're going to see Ween. Awesome band. You know, I'm all excited and everything. We get inside. Everywhere you look, there's a sign that says no re-entry. Everywhere you
You've
look.
kind of yada over like the beginning part of the
Oh,
story.
I didn't tell
though.
the part.
I don't think you actually said what happened.
Okay. So all right, we're in the car. I give Andy an edible, and he just takes a little bite of it because it was a 50 milligram, and he knew that he didn't want to eat the whole 50 milligrams. And did you have like a hoodie on or something like that?
I did.
So he had a hoodie on, and I guess he put it in his hoodie and we're talking. I was driving, so we're talking, and he, I guess you did something on your phone or something
I
like
had
that.
my hands in my pocket, and your phone was doing the GPS, but we needed to figure something else out. I don't remember what it was.
and I said, "Can you read this?"
And I was
Yeah.
like, I'm like, oh, let me take my phone, and I had it in my hand, so I was kind of like, well, I can't hold this, and so I was just
Yeah.
like,
So he put the
I'll put
in his
that
mouth
there
to
for
hold it in
now.
his mouth,
and then all of a sudden I was like, as I ate
and it's
it,
like
I'm
it was
like,
it was a gummy, so it was like a little gummy. So he just ended up eating it. And
I was
chewing
like,
it.
damn, I'm like, that was a lot.
So he ate it. So we're
I knew right then it was going to be a short night for me.
we're
but-
we're about. He ate it. I guess we were at Cherry Hill.
yeah,
area.
we were like maybe 20 minutes from the venue, so. Just now you can yada yada over the next hour.
All right, so so we get to the venue. We wait a little bit to get inside. We finally get inside.
And everything's fine. I'm all good. It's all good.
We get inside and we walk down and we're like looking for a spot to stand. And Andy's up against the wall, like in the corner,
Holding it up.
all the way in the corner. And I'm like, so I go over there. I was like,
We were standing in line. We went to the bathroom. I was good. I got a beer. I was good. We start standing in line, and all of a sudden I was like, oh yeah. Oh god.
and when we were standing in line, I should have noticed that when we were outside. When we were standing in line outside too, you started to get. I needed to lean up against something. You kept needing to lean up against something. I was like, I understand because I have bad back as well.
So
So,
this is just the first 25 milligrams hitting.
No, I ate the whole thing all. Well, yeah,
he ate the whole thing within 15
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah, it's all happening at one time here. Yeah, it is cascading.
It's just,
now.
it's just like woo, woo. He's on a ride.
I must have looked so bad because I'm standing against the wall. Everybody else is kind of in a line over there, and I'm just standing against the wall, kind of like this. This usher guy over here is like, "You look like you have a question." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "What's my question?" I'm like, "What?" And I'm like, "Oh no, I was just kind of like checking. I've never been in this building before. I'm just kind of like checking it out." And he starts giving me the whole history of the Met, and I'm just like, "What is happening here? What is happening?"
Why are you picking on
Yeah,
me?
I was like, I mean, he pointed, he specifically said something to me because he probably saw that my eyes were like gigantic. So then we get in.
Yeah, so I get in and we're standing in there, and I said, I'm going to go look for merch. And I figured he was going to stand there because he was like, I'm going to.
We're on the floor. There's
Yeah.
a floor, there's seats, but we're on the floor. So it's just
General admission.
And there's
So
nobody,
you had to stand the whole time.
and there's
Yeah.
nobody there yet. There's
Yeah.
like 30 people on the floor. We were
So
first
you
in line.
can pretty
we're on
much
the
stand
floor.
anywhere at that time, you know?
So again, I'm standing against the wall, and one of the security guys comes walking right by me. He's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm fine." He's like, "I had to ask." I'm like, as soon as he said that, I'm like, what's happening? I'm like, everybody's talking to me. Something's going on. I'm like, I don't like this feeling.
So I say, I'm going to go look at the merch. And I go to look at the merch, and Andy ends up coming with me to look at the merch.
Oh,
But
because
then-
I couldn't be left alone
Yeah.
by now. And by now, I'm just like, what happens? What happens if Jason never comes back? Or I'm like,
Too
what
many
do I do?
random people have talked to you.
Yeah, and now I'm like, now I want to hide. I'm like, I don't want anybody talking to me now. So Jason goes to the merch.
So I go to the merch, and the merch ended up being, they had to stand in line, and the line went up the steps. So I was in the steps, and then Andy texts, he's like, I got to get outside.
He goes, "I'm going up there." I'm like, I am not going up that line.
I told him to sit down
So
over
I-
there because there was like some chairs and stuff that he
I
could
walked
sit down.
around,
It
and
like
there was a
couch.
stairwell that nobody was in. I just sat on the steps for like, I don't even know how long that was. Half
So
hour.
then he texts me, he says he's got to get outside for air. So I said, all right, I'm going to get out of the line. I'm come down, you know? So I come down, I get him. We're standing there. He's like, just give me the keys. I'll go back to the car. I'll be fine. I just need to stay in the car. I was like, I can't let you go out there by yourself. I can't, I'm not going to let him get
I
in
would
the car
have
by
never
himself.
found the
you know?
car. I'd still be walking down the streets of Philly right now. I'd be like,
And
"Wait,
it was
what?"
an easy walk to the car, but there was no way he was finding it.
I wouldn't
you
have
know?
even known which way to go. I would have been like, "Did we come in this way?"
So I talked to a lady. I tell her that my friend's sick. I want to walk him to the car, but I want to come back to the concert. I said, I see there's no re-entry signs. I said, I just want to walk him to the car, make sure he gets to the car safely. I said, I don't want anything to happen to him, you know? And she's like, is everything okay? I said, he just doesn't feel well. I said,
He's
and she goes, tell him to come in. We'll fill out the paperwork. We'll check him for everything, his temperature and everything like
I
that.
would have run. I would have run at that point. I was like, I'd rather die in the streets.
So she's saying that. I pull her to the side a little bit and I say, he ate an edible. She looked
And he's
at
having a bad time.
She looked at me and she's like, I understand. Tell this lady, then tell that guy. So they tell everybody and they say, okay, you can go. Then come back, come see me when you come back and we'll let you in.
Oh, Andy.
So I sat in the car the whole
I walk,
time. And
I walk Andy to the car. He has never seen Ween yet.
yeah, I still haven't seen him.
He heard a little bit from the.
Well, it was funny because
you
at
just-
one point, I'm sitting in the
Did you
car.
just fall asleep?
No, I could not fall asleep.
Oh.
I was like, I think I fell asleep for like a couple minutes, but I was like wired. And at one point, I heard like, I'm like, is that drums or is that like gunfire?
Now there's a couple.
and then like 2 minutes later, ambulance, fire truck, cop all went flying by. I'm like, holy shit, did that place just get shot up? I'm like, well, I'm giving Jason till like midnight, and then I'm gonna really panic.
The thing that he just did, that could have been 2 songs. Take Me Away, or it could have been Waving My Dick in the Wind. It could have been one or the other song.
I hope it was Waving My Dick in the Wind. But yeah, so I sat in the car and I was like sitting there going,
so
like,
I walked back to
oh,
come
you
in.
get back in, yeah.
Now it was a very cold night. So when we went inside, I took off my hoodie because it was warm inside. So when I went outside, I had my hoodie off. Walking Andy to the car, I put my hoodie on. When we get back, I have my hoodie on, and I go up to the guy, and he's looking at me. He's like, "Yo, man, any door, man." He's telling people, any door, go to any door. And I was like, "All right, I was just here. It's me." He's like, "What do you want, man? Any door, good." I was like, "I was already in. I showed him the wristband." And he's like, what? I was like, I was the kid that took my friend to the car. He's like, what? He's looking at me. He's like, I don't know who you are. He's like, were you wearing that? I said, no. I had it in my hand. He's like, I didn't recognize you. So he finally lets me back in, and I go in and watch the show by myself.
It's very much shades of Slayer.
That the last 2 times I've done anything that's non-alcohol based at a concert, I've had a really bad time. So guess what lesson I've learned?
No edibles.
Don't do anything that's non-alcoholic.
I got 10 milligram edibles.
I was going to say, just don't do 50 milligrams.
He's going to
Yeah,
try to
well,
10 milligrams. That'd be perfect. So he can eat the whole thing then. It'd be fine, you know. So the next night
I think Andy's just going to not do that when he's outside.
The next night I go to the concert with my cousin Christina and my friends Adrian and Stacy. And my cousin Christina gets car sick on the way there. So my cousin Christina gets sick when we get out of the car. So she stays in the car and misses the show.
Oh my God.
So
that passenger seat in that car saw more action in those 2 days.
So I went in with my friend Adrian and Stacy. We went in and we enjoyed the show and we came out. Over 2 nights, 65 songs, not one repeat song.
Wow.
And I danced my ass off. I had a good time, and I can't wait to see him again.
It sounds great.
I've seen that band. I could say I've seen them probably over 30 times.
Wow.
Yeah, because they played all the time in Trenton at City Gardens. They played all the time in John and Peters and New Hope, and they would play a lot of local gigs, and I would go to them. So
Really? They do like local gigs?
They are local.
yeah,
Oh, they are local.
Yeah, they're from the New Hope Trenton area.
Oh.
Yeah, so
And they're big though.
they're decent.
big.
Yeah, they
They're
got
a
a
big
decent
name.
following. Yeah, but yeah, that was awesome. Speaking of upcoming concerts, I got a 2-night Metallica gig coming up. Both nights, I got tickets for both nights.
Damn.
Pantera's opening up night 1.
I also do.
Yep.
Wow.
I'm taking the family to the first night, and then the second night, I'm still
We got a
deciding who's
podcast
going.
guest, Mac. Will be there. For
Mac
the
will
second.
be at the second night,
Yeah.
and then
Nice.
I'm not sure who's going to the second
And
night.
I got tickets for next month. I'm going to see Wayne Newton.
Ooh.
Yeah, Wayne Newton in Atlantic City.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's
How
exciting.
old is he now?
He's 80 years old.
1,000.
but-
And we're going to see Brian Regan
Yep.
on the same night.
He's funny.
He's very funny.
I like Brian Regan a lot. Did you see his latest special on Red Rocks on Netflix?
No.
That
I
was really
saw him
funny.
in a TV show. He's very funny in the show.
He's very funny.
A couple other things I watched recently. I watched Top Gun Maverick.
Oh.
I like that movie. Big
thought it was
thumbs
okay.
up.
Wait
I
a
thought it was-
second.
I th-
You never saw Top Gun?
I never saw Top Gun. I watched this with my dad. It was okay. I didn't have a problem with it. I don't understand why people said it was the best movie ever. Like, I didn't understand that.
I never said it was the best movie.
I know you didn't, but a lot of people did.
I said I really liked it a lot, and I'm a Tom
I'm not
Cruise
saying
fan.
you did. There were a lot of people that said this is the best movie
Yeah, a lot of people
that they
put it as
had
the best
ever
movie of the
seen.
year.
They can't believe it. And I honestly, I never
Did you
saw
guys see it?
I saw
never-
part-
yeah. Did you like it?
No.
I couldn't say it was the best movie
You,
ever. but
you
I
didn't like it at
I
all.
fell asleep because I was on my way here.
You were on a plane flying here. Oh well, that's a bad situation to like try to sit
Yeah.
and enjoy a plane. How long is that flight?
15 hours.
15 hours on a plane. I would have jumped out at like hour 4. I'm just
how
like,
big?
just let me out of
How
here.
big is your seat? Like, I need.
Oh, it's just like
You're flying coach, so you're flying like on a chair like this, like with people on either side of you, and just
There's like-
sandwiched in for 15 hours. Oh my god, I'm already getting like anxiety just thinking about
And
that.
at the end
I'm
of the
like,
flight, she gets to get out in Western New York.
Yeah, and go to the Alpen family. Be like, I flew. Like, you need a T-shirt that says "I flew for 15 hours and all I got was this family."
And we were even late to pick her up at the airport.
Oh yeah.
Well, she's going to be in the air for 15 hours. We don't have to get there right away.
We'll let her wander
Foreign
around.
teenage girl in a strange city, just walking around. Like, what could possibly go
She
wrong
speaks 3
there?
languages. She's fine.
Yes, but she doesn't speak Buffalo. That is a language unto itself.
At least you're not under that buffalo snow right now.
No, that is true. Well, you guys avoided it. That's nice.
Yes, we did.
They had their hair dryers outside.
Just real quick, I'll run through some of the other things that I watched recently. Call Me Miss Cleo documentary on Netflix. It was about Miss Cleo.
The psychic?
Do you know Miss
Psychic
Cleo?
Network.
Is that anything you guys know? No. She was like, was she local? Was she like Channel 11 New York or something
I don't know
like
if she
that?
was just local. I thought she was
National?
yeah, I
Maybe.
thought so.
I remember her being on like local TV. She was a psychic. You'd call in.
Dio's documentary, Dreamers Never Die.
I saw that on
It's
Amazon. It's on Amazon.
It's on Hulu.
I saw it on Hulu. I'm going to watch
It's
it.
on one of them. Really good. Dreamers
I'll
Never
watch it this
Die.
weekend.
Who Killed Santa or Murderville Murder
Oh
Mystery.
my God,
That
was
was
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
It was really fun. It was like
That was so much fun.
Especially if you're a smartless.
Definitely.
Podcast
So the
listener.
concept of this is Will Arnett. Do you know Will Arnett?
No.
Comedic actor.
Batman,
he was on
Lego Batman.
He was on Arrested Development. He was Job on
Host
Arrested
of Lego
Development.
Masters.
Lego Masters.
I am horrible.
Anyway,
Lego Masters is
it's
so
his
good,
show.
by the way.
It's like a 1930s noir detective kind of thing. He's a hard-boiled detective, and we're going to solve the case.
Well, he's got a good Will
And-
Arnett.
And,
Yeah, that was good.
and they get special guests
He's in a
on
lot of
there,
commercial voice, yeah.
and they don't get a script. So they have to figure out what's going on just by what's going on around them. And so in this particular episode, it was Jason Bateman, also from Arrested Development, Maya Rudolph, who was on Saturday Night Live and a bunch of other stuff, and Pete Davidson for some reason. So they were the special guests, and they had to figure out how Santa had gotten killed, and the whys and the what. I mean, it's complete nonsense. It was very funny though.
Yeah, I liked it.
This is after Santa got killed. He was laughing a lot.
Yeah. Well, Will Arnett, Jason Bateman, and the guy that was playing Santa Claus, Sean Hayes, do a podcast together. So that might have been my favorite part of the entire episode when he pulled his beard down and Jason Bateman was like, "Oh, you got poor Sean Hayes involved in this."
Last two things I mentioned. I'm rewatching Party Down right now because season 3 is coming out.
I'm excited
Wait a second.
about that.
They're doing another season.
There's a season 3, and pretty much everybody's back, I believe.
I'm very
Holy
excited for that.
cow,
I like
yeah.
that show. That was fun. That
was
one
a
of those
great show.
That was one of those shows I didn't find out about till I think COVID came, and I was like looking for something to watch. And
It's fun
yeah.
2 seasons.
I don't
You're
even
like,
know
you
where
should
that
check
was
it out.
originally on. Like,
HBO, right?
oh, was it an HBO one? Oh, maybe
It's coming back on Stars, so I don't know what it was
Stars,
on
okay.
originally.
Oh, maybe it was Stars.
Stars. Now I know why I never saw it originally.
And the last thing I watched, there was a documentary, 350 Days. It's about wrestlers being on the road
Oh,
350 days out of the year. It was pretty.
Damn.
It was interesting.
I wish I had kept a list of all the stuff I've watched in the last month and a half.
That's
since
why
the
I use
podcast.
my iPhone for that.
Oh, I have one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't sit there.
As a notes feature.
I don't. Well, I take my notes.
You know
for
when
the
he texts
podcast
me,
on
and
there.
you know when he texts us and say, "Yo, I just checked out Black Adam. It sucked," which it did. Black
I didn't
Adam.
see Black Adam.
I can't finish it. I'm 45 minutes left. I can't finish it. It's bad.
Is it on streaming now? Is it on HBO?
It's on
It's on
HBO
HBO Max.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You watched it?
No.
I won't be watching that.
No. But do you want to know when you're when you're gonna die? Do you want to know when you're gonna die?
Yeah, I think I would. Because if you told me I'm going to die in like 20 years, then I'd plan accordingly.
You know
I
what
have
I
more
do?
fun.
I do, like whenever like a celebrity dies or whatever, you look and you see, oh, they were 72, and then I'm like, oh, I'm this, and then I count how many years away I am from their age, and I'm
Yeah.
like, ooh.
I think it's much more troubling than when you find out a celebrity that died many, many years ago, like someone died in the 70s, and you remember when they died, and they're like, that guy looked like he was like 80 then, and then you realize he was like 52 when he died, and you're like, God damn, I'm 52. I'm like, do I look as bad as whoever that was?
See,
that I
you
was
look
looking
50. You're 52, but you don't look like 52. When I was a kid, and
I know,
somebody said they were 52, was 52
old
was
man.
so old.
Like
when I was,
Lee Marvin was 52 in like whatever movie Lee Marvin was. They looked 90.
now we're losing all of our fan. I mean, does Kevin even know who Lee Marvin is? Probably not.
We were watching something. I can't remember what it was, but the person in it was so old. And then he checked, and the guy was in Star Wars. and he was
Who was it?
insanely old
Harrison
in Star
Ford?
Wars.
The Grand Meister from Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, Pycelle.
He
was
right.
like-
He was in
yeah.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yes, he's in.
What's he in his 80s?
He's in
Oh, not
Last
Raiders.
Crusade.
Last
he's in Last.
Crusade.
He's Donovan
Yeah.
in Last Crusade.
But he was also
He's in Empire Strikes Back.
and he was
Back,
so
Is he
old
80?
in those
Uh-huh.
too. And I'm
No,
just like,
he's got to be 90s now.
Yeah.
I think.
Grand
He's still
Meister-
acting.
alive.
and he's in something else now. Grandmeister Pycelle. He's in
He had like 5 movie
Damn,
credits.
he's in something else now.
You know who else?
past
Still,
month.
you know who else still acts? James Hong. The Asian
Oh, yes.
actor.
Yeah,
he's, in
he's
his,
still
he's
around.
like 94 or 95.
Seinfeld.
Big
4?
Trouble in Little.
My favorite
Little,
episode of Seinfeld.
Big Trouble in Little
Four?
China. He was
He yelled
1,000 years
Cartwright.
old.
He was
in that.
already like 50 then, and you're. And
He yelled Cartwright. Who's Cartwright?
I'm Cartwright, and he also was in that. He was in Wayne's World 2 where he
Yes.
fought
Yes.
Wayne. Oh my god, that was awesome. He's
And
great.
he's one of those guys that shows up in an episode of like
Everything. Big
King of
Bang
Queens,
Theory, and
Big Bang Theory. You know,
he's
just- yeah.
he's the one that Sheldon thinks he can speak Mandarin. He speaks to. He's like, this is your friend that thinks he can.
Is that where he kept getting the free egg roll? Was that
Well,
that one? Or the
they
egg
went.
rolls?
They went there. Someone was missing. Howard was missing, or something like that, and they didn't know how to divide the 4 wontons because they couldn't divide them equally. And he's like, "Let's say I'm bringing out your 4 wontons, and one just happens to fall on the floor. Nobody has to know. I'll bring you your 3 wontons." Man, we are off track. We have to talk about a movie tonight, right?
I don't have anything else to talk about that is new. I know this was a long mini, and I apologize. So we're going to call this one an extended mini.
Look at Brady's all angry because he wants to go to the gym.
no, it's okay.
No, he wants
I'm
to talk.
excited. I'm
He wants to
excited
talk about this movie.
Dog
Oh, yeah.
Afternoon, yeah.
I am too.
I love this movie.
I do too. I gave away my score already. I think. I love. I love this movie. I love my dead gay son. What movie?
Oh,
Oh,
a lot of dead air.
I love my dead gay son. Is the quote? What movie?
Damn.
It's an '80s movie.
Austin Powers 2.
Nope.
I love my dead gay son.
Heathers.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
I haven't seen
wouldn't have
Heathers
got
since.
that.
I think I saw Heathers in the theater, and I've never seen it again.
It's a good one. Check it out.
was
Well,
good,
eventually, we'll get there. I'm sure.
But is it true you can find us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, everywhere? Pretty much. You get your
Spreaker.
podcasts.
For all you Spreaker fans
yeah,
out
big
there.
Spreaker fans out there. Anywhere you get podcasts, download it, subscribe, and give us a rating. You know.
Like it, yeah. Apparently, liking it and sharing it on TikTok's a big deal.
Yes.
Logan yells at me when I don't like and share his stuff.
The Jazoo on Instagram, Jazoo74 on Twitter. I'm Jason.
Damn, it's been a long time. AE Gonzo 1 on Twitter or TikTok.
AE Gonzo 7.
AE Gonzo 70 somewhere. AE Gonzo 1 somewhere else.
Twitter,
Sorry,
yeah,
music
and
ran
Instagram,
out.
yeah.
I ran us out of music.
That's all right. Keep it going. We'll add it in post. Keep going.
Yeah, I always add it in anyway.
Keep it going in post.
I got nothing to plug, but I'm Brady.
Throw your Twitter or Instagram out there.
That's just my.
How are you an 18-year-old that doesn't have any kind of social media?
I have it. I just
Oh,
don't
you
use
just don't want
it,
people
so I
to
don't
know
really
it? Okay.
care. You know.
All right.
He's Papa Bad Kitty.
And I'm Brian.
There you go.